You ever look back on life and you realize, I'm actually not the same person that I used to be? Like, something happened, and from that point on, things just shifted. Well, that's happened to me a couple times, and I just want to talk about that. I've mentioned it in previous videos that, I've had friendships that came and then left. Things happened. There was miscommunication, distance with others, and I just kind of grew and just started traveling in a different direction. I'm grateful that I've got good friends now. Like, I've got a completely different group of people that I call my family. But back in that moment, I used to kind of like ask myself, what went wrong? Where did I go wrong? And sometimes I kind of just replay those moments and think, man, if I had just done that differently, maybe. But eventually time passed. They say that time heals wounds. I started asking myself, what did I learn? And I guess that situation just helped me realize how much I used to kind of overextend myself to keep people close, or I'd kind of be a bit of a people pleaser. I've always been someone that tries to protect their own peace. I'm never super confrontational, so I just try and keep my peace, even if it was at the expense of making myself unhappy. But I guess I just wanted to just try and maintain the peace, maintain things, but it's not healthy sometimes. I guess that's just something that I learned. People will come and go. Not much you can do. You can't really force anyone to stay in your life. I guess what you can do is, you just keep moving. Not just with friendships, but just with anything in general. You just have to keep moving. Never let, loss of friendships, get to you. It sounds a bit cliche and corny, but there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Every hardship, every issue, it's temporary, but you get to the other side. In my moment when I lost a couple friends, I thought that my life was finished. Like, yeah, my life's over, but here I am today. I'm blessed, like I said, with people that I call my family, people I call my brothers, my sisters, people who are just so close to me. So yeah, things are never temporary, especially with friendships. I guess another time where I experienced a bit of a personal shift was I started saying yes to things that scared me. Opportunities that made me uncomfortable, or things that I feel like I didn't feel qualified for. Even starting this channel, I posted 4 videos, a couple months back, and then I stopped, and my life got busy. Like, don't get me wrong, life gets busy sometimes, but I always kept telling myself, oh, once like I have less work, or maybe during the break I'll be able to like generate videos, generate content, or maybe in December, like during Christmas, I can like bulk produce. And I just kept giving myself so many excuses. But one piece of advice that one of my close friends told me is, it's all about how bad you want it. And it was pretty profound for me. I always kept kind of waiting for the perfect moment, especially with this channel. I'm so busy with life right now. You guys don't understand. Like, I juggle uni, I juggle work. I'm involved with my church as well. There's a lot of things I do in that regard. And so for the last couple months, I was always kind of saying to myself, man, how am I able to like fit time into it? But the reality is I could, but in that period of time, I guess I just didn't want it enough, but the reality is, like, I have time, and I'm now trying to make time for that. Pretty much the point is, stop waiting for the perfect moment to do something. If you also want to start a YouTube channel, just do it. If you want to start that clothing brand, if you want to start that TikTok page, if you, I don't know, want to become a model, you want to, start your own business, don't wait for the right time, the perfect moment where things are going to be clear. Because I guess the reality is, you're not really gonna find the perfect moment. Especially for me, with my personal context, I'm 18 turning 19, so I guess you could say I'm at the start of like adult life. You know, things are starting to get real. And I guess for me, my reality is that I'm never gonna have a moment where, you know, I'm not gonna be less busy or less occupied. So I just have to kind of make do with what I got and create time for it, create space. But I guess the important thing about that is you have to sacrifice something. You know, no matter what it is, there's something that you gotta sacrifice, whether it's your time, whether it's like, I don't know, a bad habit, or maybe it's like you go out with friends, or you go partying, or you know, something like that. You gotta make a sacrifice and you gotta change something. I guess that's another moment in my personal growth. I've also had times where I felt completely stuck. Like I remember I just wake up and, you know, I was kind of going through the motions. You know, I was trying to take things day by day, but honestly, like I felt like my life wasn't progressing. I felt like I wasn't moving. It's kind of depressing. I don't want to like say I had depression, but it kind of felt like it at times. Like I just kind of sit with my thoughts, and you know, I used to like, you know, I'd pray about it and whatnot. That version of me wasn't really productive, and the people you put energy into, they're so important. And the reason I was able to get out of my rut was, you know, just being surrounded by family, being surrounded by friends. I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for my mom, my dad, my sister, you know, always being in my corner. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for some of my homies that I call my boys. You know, just having the people around you who really just uplift you and, you know, just want to see you succeed unconditionally, that's valuable. You know, that's something that money can't buy. So yeah, definitely surround yourself with people that only want the best for you. None of this like tall poppy syndrome stuff where they see you trying to succeed or trying to come out of something and then they kind of discourage you. You know, I have to say, just stay away from those people. You know, because iron sharpens iron. So yeah, definitely just surround yourself with good company. That's what helped me for sure. Finally, I just want to say, like, don't feel bad for changing. You know, I used to have people come up to me say, oh, you've changed, like in like a bad way or like a negative way. And I used to kind of like overthink it a little bit and be like damn. But you know what? The reality is that you don't have to feel bad or apologize. You know, you changing is you growing. That's you evolving as a person. And that's not something that you should apologize for. You know, when people kind of say, oh, you've changed in a bad way, they have a perception of you that they've built up and they want to kind of keep you in that box. So when they see you coming out of that box and just becoming better, you know, growing for the better, and, you know, they realize, oh, damn, like this guy's, you know, really like growing. You know, they're broken firstly, but yeah, secondly, they're just, I don't know, just trying to keep you in that box. I don't know, people are weird. People are really weird. I don't know why people are like that, but the point is, I don't feel bad for changing, because that's you growing, that's you evolving. I don't want to say that I'm an expert, because I'm just an 18-year-old dude that just yaps and likes to yap and share his life with people. I'm still learning, you know, I'm still changing, I'm still unlearning. Unlearning is so important. Another good way to grow is to unlearn things and relearn new things. Yeah, not being arrogant about it. That's something I'm trying to work on. You know, when someone tells me something that I don't want to hear or I don't like, I feel like sometimes that's the best thing you can hear. Yeah, no, I'd say those are just some moments that really just flipped the switch for me, and it just helped me, you know, grow a lot. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. You know, I just thought I'd go for something a little bit different. I'm still really trying to experiment with my channel, see what I enjoy, see what I like producing, but also I'm doing it for you guys. I can't have a channel without an audience. Let me know if you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you want more. You know, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Link will be in the bio. I hope you stay blessed, and I will catch you in the next one.